Single sculls. It's the men's single sculls, the open men's single sculls. It's the Diamond Challenge Cup. And what have we got here? We've got Free from Australia and Pol from the Netherlands. And away they go.
Now, singles, you go out really hard, but then you know that you're just by yourself, so you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to end up halfway down the course and not have enough energy to finish. So it's a real mental game here.
So we see this pattern as the scullers sort of drift slightly to the left of our picture here, and the umpire, looks like Sarah Winkler, our steward colleague umpiring this race, has the flag in her hand, but she's not needed to raise it. They've corrected themselves quite nicely here, and just getting onto the boom section of the course and into hopefully a rhythm that's going to sustain them. But already we can see there's a bit of a gap opened up here.
Yeah. Free from Australia has started this race a lot more aggressive. You can see with his rate, he was rating a lot higher, maybe not as long around the front, but you can see he's got extremely long legs, so he probably doesn't need to get full compression. There's those 90-degree shins that coaches look for, and looks like he's really has taken on and has got the reward for it. Yeah, quite a powerful punchy stroke there is there from that's Jackson Free. He's racing under the colours of Surfers Paradise Rowing Club Australia, so you might think the name Jackson Free and Surfers Paradise means a lot of relaxation, but there's quite a lot of power going down there too. If you look at his back, so pushing it along quite well with those big powerful legs you mentioned. Yeah, Surfers Paradise also suggests there's quite big waves, which wouldn't be ideal for rowing. So maybe not as exciting as we first thought. Well, it's definitely not for surfers. It's not much of a paradise out there at the moment. You can see a little popple on the water, and it's kind of misty, kind of damp conditions, so not super pleasant. And we were just talking in the last race about the risk of losing a grip on your oar, but when you've got only a hand on each oar, you can see the water there going over the canvas, Mo. What's going on there? Yeah, it's probably wash from a launch that he's just the same speed of at the moment. He's unable to break clear of it. You can see his boat is almost surfing, ironically, with rowing from Surfers Paradise. You can see how the boat is, the water is just waved up where the wake is coming through, but it looks like he's now finally broken free, and there was one slight duff stroke on his stroke side oar, so hopefully he's got through that unscathed. Well, Jackson Free, he's kind of breaking free of his opposition, Brian Pol from Triton. Fantastic story here, because Jackson is the son of Marcus, who's coaching him. Marcus and Duncan Free both competed at Henley Regatta back in the 90s, winning in the doubles, and so another connection, the bonds that are built of history down the course. And here we are now looking at Brian Pol from Triton in the Netherlands, sculling well as well, but I think maybe he doesn't have quite the same power that we see from Jackson. No, he's also a lightweight rower, so he probably is a little bit lighter, quite naturally, whether he's on weight at the moment or not, than Jackson Free. So as you can see here, tidy sculling though, isn't it? Yeah, it's very, very nice tidy sculling, but probably doesn't have the same raw power that Jackson Free does. So it's Pol from the Netherlands and Free from Australia, and you can see the gap opening up. Really quite misty conditions there now down the course. I feel sorry for the spectators. Lots of umbrellas I can see opening up on the banks as we look at the back of Jackson Free. Surfers Paradise, we could use some of your sunshine being imported. If you've got any in your kit bag for tomorrow, that would be great. It's a grey day, but the racing has illuminated us throughout the day, so hopefully we're going to get some further great racing in this evening session. Excellent, exactly so. And well, this is a race that has had incredible names on it. The Diamond Challenge Sculls race here at Henley Royal Regatta. It started, well, way back in 1844. And of course, still to come in the Diamonds, we've got Ollie Zeidler, the reigning champion, heading off to Paris. He's chosen to come here, unlike most of the Olympic teams who are off on their training camp. He's like, no, Henley is where I prepare for my best performances. Yeah, this could really change the way that Olympians or future Olympians plan their years out, because if Zeidler wins in Paris, you might say that he fine-tuned his skill set, especially off the start at this regatta where he has to do multiple rounds. Yeah. Who knows what might happen in Paris, but it is slightly, he looks slightly out of place because he's one of such a few number of Olympians that are here at this regatta.
Yeah, and he's going for his 4th win in the Diamonds. I think maybe he's got his eye on the record. I think it's 6 or 7 wins from a couple of the competitors in the Diamonds. But we really appreciate it. And you were saying earlier how when you talk to your fellow Olympians when you're competing in those 3 games that you competed in or at the World Championships, everyone wants to come and row here at Henley. It's so special, the head-to-head combat, the do or die, the death or glory of the Henley race, and that's why people want to come here. It's been going since, well, it's our 185th year this year, and it's a record Henley.
It is a record Henley, and speaking to some fellow international competitors, the one, when they retire or they move out of the sport, the one regret they don't have is either competing here or winning here, because it is historical, it's prestigious, and it's so unique against a lot of the racing calendar. So for the Olympians to turn up is special for the regatta, but it's also special for them. It's such an experience that they won't get anywhere else.
You feel the baton being passed from generation to generation as the young here are inspired by the Olympians and incredible internationals who choose to compete here. So we're looking at Jackson Free from Australia. Welcome if you're joining us early in the morning down in Australia, where he rows down in Queensland at Griffin University. Welcome to all of you watching around the world as we see Jackson Free from Surfers Paradise in Australia up against Brian Pole from Triton in the Netherlands. Welcome to our viewers there as well. And now Jackson Free is just enjoying a moment in front of the crowds, still huddling under their umbrellas, keen to see the best rowing in the world here as he crosses the line. Nicely done, Jackson. Thanks for bringing a bit of sunshine to our afternoon. So that's confirmation. Jackson Free Australia beating Brian Pole, going through to tomorrow. That's me, Matt Britton, saying thank you. Now I leave you in the expert hands of my friend and for co-commentator Martin Cross alongside Mosby.